Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new day of All Creator Live. Hold up for 1 second. Alright, just fixing some things. Alright, so I had a pretty productive day. I'm a little bit late, but that's not because I stayed after work for a little while. I actually got off a little bit earlier than I usually do. But I received some packages over the weekend, mostly to prepare for the summer that's coming up. One of those things was a very large fan that was a little bigger than I expected. So I had to figure out where to put it, where it wouldn't get in the way of anything. And I found a good spot, but when I opened up the packaging, the base for it was fucking huge. And I was like, holy fuck. I didn't know where to put the base. So, using my clever brain, I have an old microphone stand. To those of you who have been following my stream for the longest of times, several years ago, I used to have a microphone stand that I was always annoyed with because it either kept getting knocked over, or it was like a classic microphone stand, the kind that you would see on stage. It was one of those types of microphone stands that hold legitimate microphones. You know, it's like something you'd see on stage that a rock star would be singing into or something, you know, but that just was not for me. It did not suit the small space that I've been working with, and the microphone that I had attached to it at the time was very heavy. So, you know, and then I got my new microphone, which I still have to this day, the MV7, and that's still not the lightest microphone in the world, so it kept getting knocked over, and that's a $200 piece of machinery that I didn't like falling on the ground. So I ended up getting a different microphone stand, but I held on to that old microphone stand just in case I needed it for something. And lo and behold, years later, I needed it for something. So I attached the fan to it, and it is a lot taller than I remember, the microphone stand. So I was able to get the extra boost I need. In fact, it lifted up the fan a bit higher than I thought. So I had to adjust it. And, you know, because the base of the fan was as big as it was, because it was to make sure the fan didn't fall over, because the fan is big, like the size of a 20-inch television. It's huge, and it's on the stand, but because the stand is not built to carry something that big and heavy, it, like I said, even the microphones I had before, it was getting knocked over constantly. So I took a zip tie and I tied it to the side of a pillar. Not a pillar. The leg of one of the towers that I have next to my TV. I have two towers next to my TV. They're entertainment towers. They're heavy. Don't worry. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on it too. It's not moving at all. So they're definitely going to be able to hold the fan in place and offer the most amount of space. It's actually, if I didn't point it out, nobody would see that the fan was there, and that's remarkable with how large it is. It's like right next to the door when you come in, and the curtain behind it, I also have curtains along the sides of my TV to hide wires. That's a little tip out there for anyone who's wondering how to hide wires. If you have a television that you have hanging on your wall, and you want to know how to hide wires without running ridiculous looking contraptions up and along your walls Something that is very nice looking and suits perfectly are curtains. You can have curtains along the side of your television. And it's brilliant because it kind of creates a home theater experience. When I thought that up, I smacked myself in the head and I was like, Jason, you're a genius. This is so perfect. You also want to make sure that they are non-flammable curtains, obviously. I don't think anyone really sells flammable curtains anymore. And mine specifically are designed for soundproofing as well as they prevent electrical discharge. So they're safety curtains. But they look really great. And hello, Time Lords. It's good to see you. I'm just talking about my new fan that I got set up. And as I was saying, it's a big fan and it's all black and it kind of blends in with the curtains that it's sitting in front of. So if I didn't point it out to anyone, it would kind of like, you wouldn't even notice it. And I think that's brilliant because it's a really big fan and I was worried for a while. I was like, where am I going to put this thing in my room? It's going to take up so much space, but I found a spot and it's perfect. And I just love the way I got it all hooked up and working perfectly fine. So I don't need it, but I do want to test it in conjunction with my setup, with my stream and the stream going and everything. I also want to make sure that if I do decide to run it, if it's getting too hot in here, I want to make sure that my microphone doesn't pick it up. So bear with me. I'm going to run the fan for a little while, and and Time Lords, it's good that you're here because you can let me know if you hear the fan at all. Grab the remote for it. There we go. So yeah, there it goes. It's going. It's on max speed right now, and it's so powerful. It's actually making my microphone wobble. That's how powerful it is. Wow.
Time Lords said, cool, although I can't do that since my wires are going behind the TV to my PS, so it's a bit messy for me to clean up.
Although I... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Time Lords. The fan on my end, though, is like seriously loud. So if I was going to run this fan while I'm streaming, I could not run it if I needed to hear my television. It's actually very loud. It's at max speed, too. I couldn't hear what you said, Time Lords. I had to read what you said. But yeah, that does make me think I'm probably not going to be running this thing all the time. You know, just when I need it to be running, let's lower the... put it down to 2.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear the fan? Well, that's good. I just now put it down to the lowest setting, and I'm able to hear a lot better now. However, it's definitely not letting off as much cool air. It's letting out some, though. Not much, but I can feel a breeze. I'm going to turn it back up. And it's back up to 3. And I'm just going to turn it off now. Don't really need it right now. So yes, this filter is working out really great. I'm very happy that I added it. It does help keep down the noise pollution in the background while maintaining the same level of my microphone's audio. So that's great. I do notice that it will not pick up my volume if I step away from the microphone too far. I've got to keep that in mind because sometimes I do step away and try to talk to you guys at the same time.
When recording a VID like today with Where Winds Meet.
Ah, yes, that is That's actually a good idea. A lot of people should do that. If you are looking into getting into streaming, to those of you who are interested in streaming either as a hobby or as a profession, it is definitely a good idea to occasionally do sound tests, like Time Lords just recommended. But that's not what this stream is about. This is a regular stream. I just wanted to do that real quick. And to those watching in the archives, don't worry, I'm going to put a timestamp so you can skip all that if you want to. I'm mostly doing this for myself. Alright, let's get into it. So we are continuing an event we started last week. I can't even remember what it was about, but I know that it was about selling stuff. Encirclement of bullets and silk. But yeah. There's a black market going on right now for a limited time, and we're helping Yehoda run the black market and make sure nothing bad happens. We also have 2 new people available. Ooh, I could try and get Llama. I don't have her. I have Nefer. Why don't they give me the prize? Aren't they supposed to give you the prize if you already have the character? Ah, well. I don't mind playing to get the prize. But also, I guess Yehoda is available, which is neat. I don't have her either, so.
The expo, I keep hearing them say expo.
Oh, yes, they keep calling it an expo, but the way that it's run, it's definitely a black market. All I know is that you don't sell illegal objects, illegal materials at an expedition. That's not the way those work. I don't need to hear anyone telling me otherwise, because I know that. I've been too few. One I went to, I think I've said this on the stream before, one I just walked into. I didn't even know that I wasn't allowed into it. I just saw it was going on. I was like, interesting. And I went in. Nobody stopped me. I just went in. It was I don't know, some kind of electronics expedition. It was happening where I used to live in downtown Baltimore, Maryland. And I
said, I actually pulled Nefer on my sub account and I'm waiting for Snezhnaya since it's mentioned to come soon.
Oh. Okay, yeah, Snezhnaya. Yeah, I know that's supposed to be happening. Probably around September, like it always does. Like their big updates always do. But yeah, I walked in. Nobody stopped me. And it was an electronic expedition.
Special program.
But yeah. The expedition... I know it was an electronics expedition because there were a lot of tech guys walking around. I have no clue exactly what kind of electronics. It wasn't video games or anything like that. I know because I was looking around for something like that, but I didn't see it. So I was just walking, and people were like, I guess it's because I was walking as if I was supposed to be there, that nobody really felt like I wasn't supposed to be there. It was no big deal, because I wasn't acting suspicious in any way. But to their defense, I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know that I was supposed to pay money to be in there. So I just thought it was just something open to anyone to walk into. And, you know, when I was walking out an alternate exit, I was technically just passing through there, not just because it piqued my interest, but because it was a very hot day, and I was just trying to get to the other side of the building. And I've been in that building several times before for anime conventions, so I knew where the other exits were. So I just was walking towards that exit while looking around at stuff. And when I left out the other exit, an officer stopped me. He opened up the door. He didn't stop me, but he didn't notice that I had on a badge. And he was like, sorry, do you have a badge? I was like, oh, no. He was like, oh, you're not supposed to be in there. This is a paid event. I was like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. He was just like, it's okay. I don't. Where did you come in from? And I was like, I just walked in through the main entrance. They were like, nobody stopped you. I was like, no. So the guy was all right with it. He didn't know that he didn't see anything wrong with it. This was back before 9/11, by the way, and he just let me go. So I just walked. I kept going. It was just like I don't think that the people up at the front thought that because there wasn't really a line or anything for people to get into or anything like that, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I thought it was just a free event that anyone could go into. Because there was no line, I'm guessing nobody was really checking anyone as they were entering. But I just walked in, and there was nobody there to stop me. I mean, there were officers like all over the place, but none of them stopped me or questioned me. I guess I just looked like the type of person that would be there. you know, well, I was especially a super geek back when I was in high school, so I'm guessing I looked a lot like the type of person that would be there. So nobody really questioned it, and they just let me go. I was wearing a lot of clothes too. Well, not clothes, but it was like my school uniform plus like a bag that I had, a duffel bag that I had filled with all my school stuff. And, that was, I guess, made me look like a technician, but I guess maybe I looked official enough to be in there, maybe, because it was a school uniform, so. But yeah, it's one of those memories that I just have ingrained in my mind, like, wow, I just got away with something I probably wasn't supposed to. Like, I realized I was a young guy, but, like, the fact that I could have been someone that was there to plant a bomb or something, is just like in the back of my head, like, wow. Like I said, pre 9/11, there was everybody was just so lax with security everywhere. It was crazy, except in schools apparently. But that's just a whole nother can of worms I'm not about to get into here. We're already wasting enough time. Alright, so we've got everything unlocked. So I was thinking today I'll take on 2 of each of the challenges, and then the last day I'll take on the other 2. Because this event's going to be going on for another week. So, yeah, another 9 days. So I can do this again next week. And next week I will finish up the rest of the story as well as the rest of the challenges. Let me get a quick hit of my energy drink over here.
I wonder how the food in Pyramida tastes.
You feel much better these days? Guess it never hurts to try a bit harder.
But yeah, that big fan. I feel like that's the most I have ever paid for a fan in my life. I paid $50 for that fan. Prices are getting ridiculous. It's not even like the most high-end model fan in the world. It's a Lasco. And to anyone who has had a Lasco fan, they're not like the most expensive high-end brand company when it comes to anything, really. I think they make more than fans, I don't know. But yeah. Oh. Guess we could wander around a little bit while I talk. But yeah, it's just showing how bad things are. Like the box fan that I have, that I put on while I sleep. That was $20. And that was way back in 2000... 2022, I think. And that same box fan is like twice as much now. It's like $40 I saw online, and I'm like, it's ridiculous. The world's gone nuts. Greed has taken control. It's gone out of complete control. What is that? Uh-oh. Oh no. I don't want to get roped into something. I was just going to walk down to the event. But somebody's talking. I don't want to get involved. This is the right way, right? No, it's not. Okay, let's go. I don't want to go the wrong way and then end up... getting caught in a sub-quest. How do I get... If I go around that way, it looks like it leads there. I don't want to go this way because I don't want to get involved with whatever that was. But yeah, Time Lords, how are you doing? I'm sorry I didn't ask earlier. We were talking about a couple of things. But I am pretty happy with the fan, all in all. I wasn't very happy when I got it, because it took me a while to figure out exactly what I was going to do about finding a spot for it, you know? But after some mental gymnastics, I figured out what to do. And now everything's all good. I like her hat. There's the place. Man, my head is just... I took some medicine before I started up the stream. So hopefully that will help, but my head is just killing me today. I exhausted a lot of my brain power trying to figure out how to rig up that fan to work the way I wanted it to. But man, it's worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. If Time Lords is still there, I don't know. But still, if you are still there, Time Lords, let me know how you're doing. Alright, let's fast forward time.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens.
Bryce Campbell.
Yo, Bryce!
Hey Jason, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine now. I've got a little bit of a headache, but I hope that
Well,
that'll
I'm
go
just
away soon.
distracted with Game Maker Studio O and I'm heading to Natlan on my sub account. I would VE streamed it, but PS and YT disconnects sometimes, so working on getting it fixed.
Oh, alright. Well, good luck with that, Time Lords. I wish I could help you out with that, but that's just a connection issue. That's something that I can't really guide you through. And Bryce, I'm happy to see you here. How have you been? Gosh, I really do hope this headache goes away pretty soon, because all in all, this has like been an okay day. Sometimes I feel like when I do stuff around the house, a little part of me inside just dies because I'm using energy that I shouldn't be using. I'm already doing enough, you know.
God should broaden their horizon.
Time Lords said, "It's fine. I'm thinking about using my capture card soon."
Oh, all right. Well, good luck with that. I know it's a lot more difficult than using your PlayStation 5 to stream, but there are so many different ways that you can work with OBS and something like OBS, depending on what you want to use. That could just make streaming a lot more fun.
Campbell
Oh shit, here we go.
said, "I'm doing good today. Has been
Wow.
mostly relaxing,
Can this
but I
launch
finally
blaster
pulled the
thing
trigger
really
and
shoot
ordered a
stuff
new
from that
laptop
far
today."
away?
Ooh, new laptop. That's cool. Goodness, I hope it didn't break the bank or anything like that. But yeah, that's cool, Bryce. I hope you enjoy it.
It does launch and blast things, but it's actually called a ballista. And yes, it can.
But how does it stay on target?
It uses a remote guidance system. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The upgraded version doesn't even need that.
Can I give it a try?
Oh, not a chance, kid. Can't have you hurting yourself. Believe me, this thing is even more powerful than it looks. Ask me again once you're older.
Hey, Beto! What you up to?
Oh, it's you two! I was just introducing our product to these discerning young customers.
Paimon thought you were here for some, fishing? Wait, are these three?
What? No, of course not. The kids were just curious, that's all.
I'm sorry. Are these three preventing you from doing business? Let me get them out of your hair. Come on. Time to go.
Do we have to?
Don't sweat it. They were just curious. I'm happy to tell them more about it.
No, we've taken up enough of your time already. Neb, don't bother people when they're trying to work. Okay?
Okay.
It was no bother, I swear. In fact, once the expo is over, come find me on my ship, and I'll let you see the ballista in action. How does that sound?
How much would it cost?
Not a single mora.
All creator
Really?
said,
It's a promise then,
"Sure
miss.
blessing has followed."
All right, free boat trip. I was about to say free boat trip.
The All Creator Live Archives said, "Sure blessing has followed."
Thank you very much, Your Blessing, for following. Welcome, and it's nice to meet you if you're still there. If not, then you're welcome to lurk as long as you want.
Your vessel. It's a battleship, isn't it? Are you sure you should be bringing children on board?
Why not? Whenever we're docked back in Liyue to pick up supplies, I always let the kids around the harbor come aboard to play. Boy, do they love it. If a kid from Liyue can do it, why not a kid from Sumeru? A battleship may as well be a giant playground to them.
Is that so?
Bryce Campbell
I've heard that people in Liyue also turn gunpowder
Didn't
into
he break the
explosive
bank? No, and I
firecrackers
still have
and
time
give them to
procure the
children as
funds.
toys.
The seller charged me only today to reserve it, but they will charge me the rest when
Perhaps
it's ready
only
to
the kids
ship.
back in your home country are lucky enough to look at a giant battleship and see a playground.
I mean, he has a point. A lot of the stuff she's talking about is super dangerous. All right, Bryce, it's fine. Just making sure you're doing okay. And, yeah. That sounds reasonable.
If you're worried about safety, I can...
No, I suppose I'm just envious. That's all. I'll be sure to bring them over if we get the chance.
Seems like he really cares about those kids, huh? Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, just wanted to ask how it's going with the top secret, fishing. Did you reel in the catch of the day yet?
They're circling the hook just fine. Just waiting for a bite.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Shh.
Well, that just proves my point. Something like this would only see more use in Fontaine.
Ah, except you never find something like this for sale there. Better jump on the chance now before it's too late.
Excuse me?
He's coming this way!
Steady now.
That's mighty expensive.
Yo, did you guys see that? Traveler just dive bombed into the right behind that box. It's like he was about to mosh into nothing. I hope he landed okay.
Well, no one's forcing you to buy it. If you're not interested, you're free to move along.
What? Come on. There's no rule saying we can't haggle.
The Voynich Guild gets a cut of whatever I sell. Obviously, that's factored into the price. Don't like it? Take it up with them.
Listen, I can tell this is something special. If you're willing to go a bit lower, I'm prepared to cut a huge deal.
I know it's something special, so I plan on getting paid what it's worth.
Perhaps there's a way we can both get what we want then.
What are you implying?
Well, Nod Cry's a big place. Surely this expo isn't the only place we can cut a deal.
Oh?
What would you say to working this out someplace else? Somewhere the guild can't get a cut?
That means no guild protection either. What will I do if you run off without paying?
Considering the giant sword you've got handy, if anyone's getting robbed, it'd be me, don't you think? Point is, we're both going out on a limb here. But the reward's worth the risk.
Time Lords.
Fine. Name a place.
Said.
As
I
a
saw that as
registered
well and thought,
participant,
did the
though, I'm
traveler
too
survive
close
that
to the
jump and
guild.
roll and landed
If we don't want
safely?
them catching on, I'll need to send a proxy.
Smart thinking. Let's meet here then.
Good. He took the bait. Let's go elsewhere to discuss our next move.
This is like the least covert part of this covert operation. Baido could have gone somewhere else to discuss this with everyone, but no, like literally everyone walked up to her. That's so... He's probably not even off screen. He's probably like just on the other side of that robot that guy is looking at. And they all decide to walk up on her. This is like when in a television show, two characters start talking after another one just leaves the scene and he's not even that far away. All the man had to do is turn around and he'd see Baido talking to a bunch of very suspicious individuals. One of whom super famous traveler that everybody across the world knows about. Hey, Yehoda.
Watch out there, Yehoda. Just keeping an eye on things. Looking out for any problems that might need me to step
Time
in.
Lords said. In my case, it would be the person would be in the
Hey,
same room making a
you
phone
three.
call in the same room.
What are you doing here? There should be at least one of you manning the booth at all times.
Accessing booth operation logs. Analyzing. Neb left to try and buy a new blueprint. Ati soon followed to try and stop him. Finally, Rhea came to mediate between them.
I keep telling you, we don't have that much Mora to spare.
Time Lords
I just wanted to have a
said,
look. What's wrong
as
with
the
that?
person he tried to call.
Guys, seriously, stop fighting!
That sounds funny, Time Lords. I'm gonna be honest, I've never had that kind of experience happen. I mean, I guess I've had it happen by surprise, like, there was this one time at work that I went on break, and I usually like to take my breaks separate from everybody else because I don't like people. I'm very antisocial. And having to talk in a conversation with someone for too long and then have somebody else shows up just makes me go into a panic. But yeah, I went on break and I was talking to my girlfriend and, well, at the time, I'm not saying I have one now, I don't, but at the time I was talking to her and someone behind me thought I was talking to them and I didn't know they were behind me. So when I said something very embarrassing, they were kind of like, excuse me? And I turned around and I saw them and I was like, oh, and I pointed at my phone. I was like, I'm talking with someone. And they were surprised, but I think that would probably be the most, the closest I've ever come to having a situation happen where someone overheard a private conversation and they were just like not that far away. Man, I'm really trying my best to remember exactly
Time Lords
if that happened again when I was younger, but I can't.
Of making a reservation at a restaurant, but you order online and call them and you're in the same room as the reception.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a common that's a common mishap. That happens a lot to a lot of people, but I've never really done anything like that. Like I said, I don't really talk to people that much socially. I usually do so from a professional standpoint. And it's getting worse, if I'm being honest. The older I get, the harder it is I find myself capable of talking to other people in the real world. Like, online, it's fine because I can keep a lot of secrets, you know, personal things. When I talk to people in the real world, they'll ask questions like, so where do you live? Do you live around here? All kinds of personal stuff that I don't feel comfortable answering. Yeah. But yeah, they ask all kinds of personal questions I really don't feel like answering. When it comes to online, that's like rule number one, you shouldn't ask people personal stuff like that. So it's easy to avoid when you're talking with someone online. But in the real world, people, for some odd reason, think it's weird when you don't want to answer a question like that. like, dude, I don't want to tell you where I live. I don't want to tell you what my favorite ice cream is. I mean, that's just a small example. I can't really say what other kinds of questions people have asked me, because people have asked me odd things. Like, I guess the oddest question I've ever received from someone IRL would be like, if I'd, oh, I don't want to say this because I still work with the person and I don't want them to end up seeing the stream and thinking that I think they're weird, because they're not. It's just odd for someone to ask certain questions that pertain to things like religion and personal belief structures. It's just, you know, these kinds of conversations and things like that you shouldn't even talk about with, like, I mean, just with strangers in general. You shouldn't ask certain questions, you know? I mean, I guess it's all really all just me. It might just be me. I don't know.
It's hard for me to have conversations IRL unless I'm somewhere mostly quiet and or I'm doing something I enjoy.
Yeah, see, I can talk with somebody one-on-one IRL, but if the questions start getting too personal, I'd feel uncomfortable talking about them. I never really have to worry about that online, unless somebody's a troll, which, you know, you guys have seen it happen before. Like last week, we had somebody asking nothing but questions, and I had to ban them because he was, I don't know. I swear that guy was a bot. He was just like every second he was posting something. It just felt like it wasn't a human. It just, each one of his responses was like 1 second right after the other, and it's not like they were super short either. They were like at least a sentence long. And I'm like, there ain't no way he's typing that fast. This has to be a bot, you know?
Here's the thing, Neb. Even if you could afford to buy a blueprint, I'm afraid I couldn't allow it. I know you like building stuff, but these designs aren't for toys like the kind you're used to. They're for weapons, which are very complicated to build and extremely dangerous.
That's a load of baloney, dumpster diver. My designs are toys too, actually.
Yo, I know, you gotta realize that she's telling the truth here. Those two hammers right there, them pounding like that could easily crush a kid's arm. There are some things in this world that are super dangerous for kids to handle. I know. You gotta realize that.
Said, I have a feeling a bot usually responds with generic messages.
I mean, yeah, but it felt like this person was using, I don't know, it didn't really seem like a human response. Not only that, but he was asking me to do stuff. I don't know if you were there or not, Time Lords, but he was asking me to go to places and click on links and...
Ano thinks all her inventions are her toys.
Yeah, she does. But yeah, this guy was asking me to click on links. He was telling me to like videos, and I don't know, he was telling me to do all this stuff, like, in my stream. And this was his first time on the stream, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, dude, if you ask me to do one more thing, I'm banning you. And he's like, why? And I was like, I don't have to explain this shit. But I just banned him. Like, what the fuck? Why would you think that was okay? Why would you think this is like, click on my link, do it now? That's exactly the attitude he had. I think he, at one point, he literally said, do it. And I was like, whoa. In my brain, that's when I stopped and I was like, why the fuck is this guy telling me what to do? Does he, just as an example, would you walk into a stranger's house and tell them to do something? No, you wouldn't do that. Why walk into a conversation and then immediately start telling somebody to do stuff? especially when it's something as suspicious as clicking on a link. I don't care. I had a feeling I knew what the video was, but even then, I'm not going to click on the link. A, I'm not that stupid, and B, the video is about that dumb meme, the Pibble meme or whatever the fuck it was called. I'm like, I already know what it is. You're not going to get me to click on your link just because it's something wholesome. I don't care. I don't want to do that right now. I'm playing Katamari Damacy. Can you not see that?
Time Lords said. Wait a second, one of the rules is no loitering and soliciting. I think they broke both rules were broken.
Exactly. In fact, when he first stopped in, he was posting nonstop, and I told him to stop. I was like, form your sentences completely before you post. No spamming in the chat. That's one of my rules. And I let him stick around even though he already broke one of the rules, but then he just kept breaking them. Not only that, but he was being very demanding. Super rude. So I feel like he deserved it. And even if he wasn't a bot, he was acting like a child. So, you know, I don't tolerate children being in this stream. That's another one of my rules.
Huh? You build a machine that can blast monsters into the sky, and in your mind, that's a toy?
I mean, at the end of the day, is there really that much difference between weapons and toys anyway?
Not where Knuckle Duckle's concerned. That's for sure.
Ugh, that's not the point. Anyway, you there with the brown hair, you want a blueprint?
Yeah! I want to make some thwack and smack defense bots too. I also have some design ideas of my own. And with your bots as the basis, maybe I'll be able to try them out for real.
I get it. Your head's so full of ideas you want to bring to life that you can hardly sleep at night. You try eating some snacks to take your mind off things, but it doesn't seem to help anymore.
Exactly! But what can I do? I'll never be able to afford one of your blueprints.
Well, you must have blueprints for the toys you've made too, right? Let's trade! One of your toys for one of mine!
Vampiric Fox.
Really? Thank you so much, ma'am!
Yeah, what he said.
Is it ma'am, or...?
It's Boss. Boss of the Clink Clank Crunkaki Craft Shop.
Thank you so much, boss of the Clink Clank Crunkake Craft Shop.
Yo, Vampiric Fox, welcome. We're just watching two kids trade deadly toy blueprints.
Huh, that was very thoughtful. Who are you, and what have you done with Aino?
What's that supposed to mean? I'm a boss, aren't I? A lot of people depend on me. Looking out for them is a big part of the job.
Did that really just happen? For a moment there, Aino stopped being a little kid and acted like a full-on grown-up.
Vampiric Fox.
A grown-up who's shorter than the
Said,
kid she was looking out for,
I love
but
deadly toys.
still.
Previous records indicate that Aino has a 94% chance of adopting such behaviors when encountering a child in a similar situation to herself.
I don't know, but Vampiric Fox, you tell me something. This thing right here, this thing with the hammer smashing the metal, tell me that is child safe. That is something that a child should be able to use. Because I'm telling you right now, that does not look safe for any child to use. A lot of Aino's toys look super freaking dangerous. And these things actually do shoot bullets and actual explosives, so... I really don't know why Aino was able to convince Yehoda that her stuff is safe for kids. I don't know, maybe Yehoda's just giving up. I think that was the second event Or the second half of the I Know,
Vampiric Fox said,
whatever it's called.
if it's brought up around it and has been taught from an early age not to put his hand under the hammer, I don't really see why not.
I mean, even adults have accidents. Okay, so that one's been unlocked. Now I could go do that one. Oh, wait, hold up. Okay, yeah, I think that was the... Yeah, weapons and toys. Okay, that's the one we just completed. We'll do all the other ones first, but I kind of want to follow the main story a bit before we take care of the others.
Things are more dangerous when they're encountered without any prior knowledge or respect. Time Lords said, well, it can't be worse than the Gui's Hong Ballista that Baidu is selling Kinect.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I actually went to a trade school. I am a certified electrician. And even I have electrocuted myself several times. Like, a couple months ago, I accidentally electrocuted myself when I was putting back a wall socket, a wire that was sticking out from the wall. I went to tie up and put a nut on top of, and the wire slipped and caught my pinky and electrocuted the fuck out of my pinky. And I realized I'm a grown adult, so think about what kind of accidents children can have. Even if someone has years and years of experience doing something. I've been handling wires and such since I was 5 years old, when my parents kept shoving me behind our entertainment center to hook up whatever new doodad they bought at an electronics store. Even when a child has years of experience, they can still fuck up. It got burnt. I literally had a burn on my pinky for a while. But I'm an old ass man. That's my point. I'm able to handle something like that and survive. A little kid, that would probably do several types of damage to them, like including mental damage. They may never want to go near a wall socket again if something like that were to happen to them. You got to take a lot of these things in consideration when it comes to handling children. Their physical and mental state could permanently be destroyed for the rest of their lives.
Said, well, question, was either of your parents an electrician who could actually teach you properly?
Oh yeah, my dad actually went to college for several years. He wanted to be, what was it? Fuck, I can't remember. One of those, I think an HVAC guy. My uncle was an HVAC guy. I think he and my uncle both had a lot of things in common that they wanted to break into. It just my dad had to leave college early. Well, I say that in the nicest way possible, but, you know, he had to drop out from college because my mother got pregnant and, you know, stuff, life happens. But he is a very experienced
Time Lords.
Computer geek.
Or child-proof everything in the house.
I mean, don't go that far, but don't intentionally put a child in harm's way, you know? Thinking it's for their best interest, it builds character. You know what also builds character? Lifelong trauma. And being incapable of experiencing things the same way other children are capable of because of said trauma. That happens too. You gotta take a lot of these things into consideration.
The way you told the story made it sound like they just relied on you to fix the entertainment center, not that you were raised and taught growing up.
That's exactly what it was. They just they weren't big. They were too big for to get behind the entertainment center. That's what it was. They'd shove me back there and just like push the wires back there and be all like, there, now connect everything. And I'm like, okay.
I got a cool story for you.
And no, that's not even from a professional standpoint. I wasn't doing anything super dangerous. Like I said, my parents loved me. They didn't put me in harm's way. But all of the things that I've been dealing with in terms of electronics, I've been learning since I was a kid. And you know, everybody starts out small. For me, it was hooking up entertainment centers. That's how I first started with learning things about electronics, and then that just kept advancing as I got older. And that's the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to start small. You're not supposed to go directly into giant hammers that are bashing metal. You're supposed to go into tiny hammer that bashes tiny metal, and then work your way up to the giant hammer that's bashing metal. Like, if Ino was offering... Where is her stand at? If Ino was offering smaller versions of all of these things, I'd say, yeah, sure, there we go. That's something for the kid.
LMAO.
Yeah. Like, if that huge-ass robot thing were made pocket-sized and it shot out Nerf darts, I'd be like, yeah, there we go. That's for the kid. He can learn about how the robot works without experiencing a deadly explosive for the first time in his life. You gotta work with what a child can handle. You don't just instantly say, all right, there we go. Let's buy the kid a gun. That will teach him how to use a gun. No, you buy them a small gun, teach them how to aim with that, and then you work your way up to the giant robot that can blast a country mile into oblivion. But only when you're 21. I mean, we don't put kids behind the wheel of a car, so... We're not going to put kids behind the wheel of a gigantic destructive robot. Right. And the only reason, and I want to note that the only reason Ino is able to do all of the things that she did, or has been doing, is because she doesn't have parental supervision. She built herself a parent to keep herself from destroying things, alright? That's why Inefa exists, to wrangle her in when she's going too far. And despite as verbal as Ino is about...
The difference between those is that the hammers pounding the metal is stationary. There is much less room for accidents as long as the child learns to steer clear of the hammers while it's being ran.
The minute a child goes to put a piece of metal underneath of those hammers and someone off screen says, yo, what's up? And they turn their head, their arm's gone. And it's going to be gone for the rest of their life. Because they haven't learned sensory awareness. They haven't learned multitasking. And they have not learned to keep their eyes on the metal as they're placing it under the hammer.
Ano would build an aircraft carrier with a Kawaki cannon.
So don't try and tell me that giant hammer smashing that metal stuff is safe for children. Because it definitely isn't. A child has not learned to control their attention span. Not at the age of 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, or even in some cases 14. They are not old enough to handle something like that. Because their attention span is not strong enough to handle it. They're going to lose their arm. And then you're going to have to grow up being the adult that let their kid lose an arm in the deadly hammer that smashes it in. I don't even know the name of the thing. I think that's the biggest problem with me describing this stuff is I don't know the name of this thing. The big smashy hammer thing. I don't know, that's just like kind of difficult to explain to your fellow adults. Oh, how did your child lose their arm? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, they lost it in the big metal smashing hammer thing that I bought for them. That's like the most awkward conversation you can have. I'm just trying to help you prevent you from having that kind of conversation.
Procedures, especially if they learn to unplug the machine first, that's less likely to happen.
Yeah, but you know the kid isn't going to do that. Oh, what's the point in having this thing if I can't plug it in? I want to show you how to put the metal under there first. Alright, well that's not going to stop them from... That's not going to help. That's not going to decrease their ADHD if they have it. That's not going to prevent them from looking away the instant a butterfly flies by. Children just don't have the type of attention spans that adults do, and that's because their minds haven't been completely eroded. And, they haven't learned to find things less fascinating.
Beto's hook was what got him in the end, huh? Oh, I didn't get a chance to show off how convincing I can be.
Kids will find literally anything fascinating. You jingle keys in front of them and they're going to look at them in awe as if it's magic. An adult won't do that. An adult will smack the keys away and say, "Stop it, you're annoying me."
Time Lords said, well, Inefa once mentioned Ano had a teacher guardian, but I'm unsure how long ago she mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm sure she did, but I don't think they taught her how to build robots.
But a proper teacher would be supervising and teaching rather than just giving them the machine and say, here you go.
Yeah, but a proper teacher would also give them something a lot smaller to deal with. Something less dangerous. If we're talking about a proper teacher, they wouldn't give them that and be all like, all right, you're ready for the big leagues now, kid. I just walked in. What the fuck's going on? This isn't even in my class. What's going on here? Hey, you wandered into my classroom. Here's a giant metal hammer smashing device. What the fuck, dude? I just walked in. Who starts a conversation like that? Giant, I keep saying giant hammer metal smashing device. Giant metal smashing hammer device. I don't know what to classify it as.
Vampiric Fox said, when it comes to mass production, for example blacksmithing, there's really no way for a child to learn without using actual tools. Time Lords said, Vampiric Fox, yeah, I've seen some teachers do that for some reason.
I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure in all blacksmithing there are always beginner tools. Just like in martial arts there are beginner tools. You don't immediately hand a child a katana and say, all right, it's time for you to learn how to use a blade. You give them a tonfa and say, all right, now it's time for you to learn how to use a blade. That's not, that's how it works. In blacksmithing, there's definitely something like that as well. I don't know what it is because I'm not a blacksmith, but I'm sure, I am definitely sure they don't immediately hand them fucking mallet and say, here, go smash something with it. that's not how blacksmithing works. A proper blacksmith, they're not gonna do that. They're not going to hand you the most deadly tool in their arsenal and say, all right, it's time for you to learn the basics. You don't even learn that. You don't even learn that way in martial arts. You don't even learn that way when you're using actual guns in the army. When you're a soldier learning the march for the first time, they don't give you a real gun. They give you a wooden gun to spin around.
No, but the children are taught to respect the sword and can hold one properly even if they're not allowed to swing it around that young. Time Lords.
Even if they're given a sword to hold, they're not going to be swinging it around. Who cares if they're going to hold it? At that point, you're giving you're basically sitting in the car seat of a car with the child in your lap and saying, one day you'll be able to drive this. It's not the same thing. You're not teaching them anything. You're just giving them something to aspire to. And the second that the child tries to swing the sword, you immediately take it away from them. If you are a good teacher, if you are a good parent. You'll be like, nope, 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 nope. Not yet. You've got to learn how to use this. You've got to learn how to respect this thing. You don't just get to use it. It's the same thing with a car. It's the same thing with a gun. It's the same thing with a hammer. You don't immediately get to use it. You have to learn to use it, and you don't start off with the thing you're learning to use. That's the point I'm making here. You don't just walk up to Aino's stand, look at the giant killer robot, and say, I'm buying that for my child to teach them how to use the giant killer robot.
My mother and my GPA used to let me steer the car in their lap when I was young.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, you were not steering the car. Your parents were doing that. They were pressing the pedals. They also had their hands on the car.
Of course, but still.
That's the thing. It was controlled circumstances. Like you gotta admit, you didn't have any control over the car. They had all of the control. You had none. It's the basic same principle as looking at and not using. You're looking at the wheel of a car. You're seeing how cool it is to drive a car. You're not actually driving it. If you can't hit the brake pedal, you're not driving the car. If you can't control the speed of the car, you're not driving the car. People will constantly put somebody in the pilot seat of a plane to fly the plane, but they won't let them land it. They won't let them take off. You slept through it. I mean, I have had the same experience when I was a child, and I can tell you that they do not let you drive the car. You're not driving a car just like how you're not flying a plane if you're not taking off or landing it. If you're not starting the car, you're not driving it. I don't even know why this conversation is going on for as long as it is. It's so obvious.
Child holding a sword while the teacher holds their arms and shows them proper swing technique.
Teachers don't do that. They do that with a tonfa blade, but they don't do it with an actual sword. especially not starting out. Any teacher worth their salt would never do that. Maybe in fantasy, like maybe in a movie you saw once or an anime you saw, but that's not how it works in real life. I took Taekwondo classes. They didn't give me a sword and say, here you go, learn how to use a sword. They didn't stand behind me holding the sword. I was using a plastic sword and a wooden sword. I don't think I ever really got to use an actual blade. The only deadly weapon that I got to use was nunchucks, and who's going to get killed by nunchucks? I mean, yeah, they can kill you if you use them right, but more often than not, you're going to hurt yourself. That was like the only thing that was an actual weapon that I got to use. Everything else was wooden. One was plastic. And there were some weight training ones that I didn't really like using because I hadn't really gotten up to that level yet. There were also several ninja stars. I didn't really get to use those, but a friend of mine had bought in some, so I have thrown ninja stars, but only because my friend had them. He brought them into high school with me. He brought them into high school, and the two of us, while playing hooky, kids don't play hooky, it's not a good idea. I was in high school, so I didn't give a fuck about anything. But we're walking around in, I forget which park it was. He's throwing them at trees and stuff, and he's giving them to me to throw, and I'm just like... I'm just like immediately hitting shit with them, and he's getting so mad because he can't do it. And he's like, why the fuck do you know how to do it? And he's like, and the only reason why I was so good at using it is because you have to understand the weight distribution of the thing that you're throwing. I used to take screwdrivers and throw them into a plank of wood that I had. And it's basically the same principle. So I already really knew how to use them, to actually use them, but I thought it was stupid because I don't know, he was a geek. Oh god, that kind of brings me back to some moments me and him had.
Said, even in a martial arts school you're only being taught and not being integrated practically from the time you're able to walk.
I mean, duh. It's goes hand in hand with what I'm saying. You're not really doing the thing, you're just learning.
I've done martial arts training, but I thought it was more like karate in that you mostly fight unarmed.
Most of the time, but a lot of the time, it's about weapons training. That's Taekwondo. Karate is more self-defense, without weaponry. Taekwondo is more learning the art of using weapons and learning to defend yourself in the case that a weapon is not present. With karate, it's about using your body as the weapon. Learning to defend yourself without a weapon. Or not defend yourself, but learning to go on the attack, basically. The offense. Without a weapon. And Taekwondo is more about defense without using a weapon. But I think in later stages you get to use the more advanced weaponry. But that's just what I'm saying. Like, there are stages that you have to go through. You're just not immediately handed the giant killer robot. You have to learn all of its mechanisms and how to run it before using the giant destructive robot.
Vampiric said, that's my point. I'm thinking you're underestimating being brought up in a family whose business is a certain thing, whether martial arts or blacksmithing or electronics.
I don't know. even a chef won't let their kids use the grill immediately. Have you ever seen the show Bob's Burgers? I mean, it's like that in actual restaurants too, but just for point of reference, he doesn't let the kids use the grill or the oven. It's the same thing in an actual restaurant. My friend used to, what was it? I think it was either Roadrunners or what was the other family restaurant near us? I think it wasn't Lucky's. That was more of a grocery store / restaurant. My point is that my friend, his parents used to run a local grocery store, and he wasn't really allowed back in the kitchen until he was of a certain age.
Fox said,
so
you're referencing a cartoon when you say anime or movies. I've seen Aaron T that way in real life.
Well, see, that's the thing. I was using both that and a real life reference. I don't know if you've grown up with anyone that's worked in a restaurant before, or has a family-owned restaurant. But yeah, not only that, but if a kid was to use like just in general, when I was growing up, I learned how to use an oven when I was 10 years old. But that wasn't a good idea either, because I ended up burning my stomach really bad, and I still have a scar on my belly button from when it happened. And for a while, I was paranoid to use the oven. And I probably would have wanted to be a chef if not for that, because I do enjoy cooking now. But for the longest time, I was afraid to really do anything oven-related because of that event. So yeah, you don't just immediately let a kid do something. We didn't start teaching our nephew how to use an oven or stuff like that until he was like 12 years old. And even then, we only let him make hot dogs. So
said, poor supervision.
I mean, you could kind of call it poor supervision, but they were right there. And it was an accident. There was too much oil in the frying pan. This was before they had Pam and stuff like that. But we had vegetable oil in the frying pan, and, you know, there was just too much. For an adult, it was a regular amount of cooking oil, you know, for an adult that actually knows how to cook. I was frying an egg, and when I flipped the egg, it splattered up and onto me. And, yeah. But for an adult who actually knows how to flip an egg, a fried egg, wouldn't have been no trouble at all. Then the shitty thing is they made me feel bad for doing it wrong. That's the shittiest part about it. And they... Oh, no, that was my older sister. When I was yelling about it, she was like, put ice on it! No! See, that's the other thing, too. My older sister, who wasn't an experienced chef at the time either, thought, put ice on it. That's totally fine. No, you don't do that for an oil burn. You don't use ice or any kind of water to take care of the oil burn. But there I was just putting ice, and it just made it feel even worse. And I'm like, why does it hurt so bad? Oh, man. But see, yeah, that's just the point that I'm trying to make, is that kids are too young to really do anything super advanced. Even if there are adults watching, you shouldn't just immediately give them a more dangerous task to do, because, you know, they're going to end up getting hurt. And That's not a good thing, despite what some people teach. It's not going to give them better character. If anything, it could stunt their growth in many different ways. I mean, that's why bullies end up bullying. It's because their parents raised them in the wrong way, thinking, oh, if I just throw all this shit at them, they'll adapt and get better. No. If anything, they just got worse because they feel as though their childhood or things like that were ripped away from them. And so they use that as an excuse to hurt others. And it just makes life worse for everybody. And I think that's like the main reason why so much shit is fucked up these days, is because people are forgetting about empathy and trying to relive the stupid way that adults used to raise kids back in like the 60s and 70s and shit. And there's a reason why people don't raise kids like that anymore, and it's because it's dumb and it created like the worst generation of kids that were doing like the worst fucking shit to raise other people. We've advanced so much as a society that going back is absolutely no excuse whatsoever. Going back to just beating your kids to teach them a lesson, that's not going to teach them anything. This is going to teach them how to beat other people up when they don't do what they want them to do. That's not a lesson. That's just torture. That's torture, and that's like barbaric in the worst possible ways. We don't live in the Middle Ages. We don't club people over the head in order to get them to believe and do what we say. We don't rule by fear anymore, and the people that do are possibly the worst people in our society. They're the murderers, the rapists, the pedophiles, the sociopaths, the psychopaths, the people without empathy. Those are the type of people that end up being brought into our society because of poor parenting, because of horrible parents that did nothing but neglect and hurt their children, thinking it would give them a stronger character, that it would build walls and make them impervious to anything that life could throw at them. Instead, it did the opposite. It turned them into the very things that society fear, the very things that society disapproves of. So I just kind of wish that parents would actually think about shit before they throw their kids into it. I'm just saying, there are steps. Children are children. You have to start small. We all had to at some point. Life might feel fast, but when you're a kid, time is literally all you have. And to take that away from a child and just throw them into adulthood is abhorrent and just cruel. Alright, let's continue with the story. I'm done being old man Jason.
This isn't tabletop troop, Navia. In real life, persuasion takes a lot more than a dice roll. I brought a product tailor-made for Fontaine because I thought the group's activities were limited to that area. Turns out, we're dealing with an international crime ring. So I suppose it makes sense that Captain Beto's bait was more enticing. It's a good thing we teamed up.
We wouldn't have gotten far without your intel either. Gotta ask though, how did you know these guys would be so quick to abandon the expo?
I read their file. Nothing's off the table for them when profit's on the line. When it comes down to it, they'd see the protection the Expo provides as just more red tape. Something to work around rather than with. Just like the law.
So, we meet up with this guy, catch him, and problem solved, right?
No. The person we're meeting is just an underling sent to scout the situation. We're after the leader of the whole ring. And after observing the situation over the past 2 days, it's clear they have undercover agents waiting in the wings. If something happens to our point of contact, those agents will scatter to spread word of what happened, and whoever is behind this whole thing will know we're onto them.
In that case...
We have to get the jump on them all at once, and use them to get intel on our real target before he has a chance to react.
Forgive me for pointing out the obvious, though. We have nowhere near enough personnel for that. If even one of the agents escapes, it's over.
Let me guess. You'd rather follow this deal through to the end to lure out the real culprit? Nice idea, in theory. The problem is, in my experience, that person would never show their face for something like this.
I can work around that. But only as long as the deal goes ahead.
So, you're planning to trail the person picking up the goods. I suppose that could lead us to the big fish, but... that would mean we have to actually hand over the weapon. Aren't you worried about putting something that dangerous in the hands of criminals?
We can control how dangerous it is. But if we followed your plan, could we really guarantee that not a single agent would get away?
You're telling me you really have a way to mitigate the threat of that weapon?
You're telling me that you really have the wherewithal to carry out a large-scale search and seizure operation in Nodcry?
Are they having a fight?
They're both experts in this sort of thing. A lot of back and forth is to be expected.
Don't worry. I think they're getting along great.
A successful collaboration requires trust. And a willingness to make concessions. So how about this? I'll meet up with the underling as planned and stall him as long as possible. While I'm keeping him busy, you round up the rest of the agents. Sound like a plan?
Yes, I appreciate the trust. And I promise you, not a single one will get away.
See? Like 2 peas in a pod.
Traveler, you should come with me to meet the buyer. After all, we promised Nefer you would be involved in all our operations.
The Traveler is kind of a famous face around these parts, though.
Then, you can serve as backup. Remain hidden, and on the off chance he tries anything, it'll be 2 against 1.
Ha! Let's do this thing!
We have Paimon scratch his eyes out. Oh, hi, Hoaxing. I like the scar on her left cheek. It's like, oh, that's right. She's supposed to be a pirate, right? Okay, here, put a scar on her cheek. Like pirates can't have scars. I mean, pirates have to have scars or something. I'm gonna go take a look at the rest of the crew. And see if there's anything super piratey about them. And if there is, I'm gonna be all like, okay, come on. Sometimes pirates just look like normal people, you know. They don't have to have tattoos and scars and wild piercings. Okay, good. If they'd have done that, I would have been like, oh, come on. Like all of them had the same scar on their left cheek. You know what? No, then I would kind of assume that maybe it's something that Captain Bido does to all of her crew members. Welcome to the crew. Get ready for your scar. What? Okay, so it is just that one person. Thank goodness. It was like every one of them has something weird. Look, he has the same scar. But I can forgive that. Just two of them.
TBF these days, that's how a lot of normal people look anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I can't say that I disagree with that because I also have a scar that, you know what? Sometimes I forget I have it. It's just so new. It was the one that I got on my left arm from breaking my arm. I've lived my entire life without a single scar on my body. And now that one instance, I have to always remember, oh, right, I do have a scar, don't I? Because that's what I was about to say. I was about to be all like, I don't know. I don't have any scars. But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I do. I keep forgetting about it. Paimon. Me sitting here trying to be covert. She's just peeking her head over the like nobody's not going to notice your white hair and pink floating tiara.
You really can't go lower?
Best I can do is shave off the amount the guild was going to take.
You're a tough nut to crack. How do you plan to deliver the goods?
Depends on what you need. You don't look like you're from around these parts. So I'm guessing you need sea transport?
Yes, but there are a lot of eyes on the port. It would be better to dismantle the product and transport the components in crates.
That might be tricky. If you're worried about getting caught, then let's bypass the port entirely. We can launch from a secluded shoreline and use our own boat for transport.
Sorry. But I'd still prefer to have it dismantled and stored in regular crates.
Ah, I'm guessing the port of arrival is where you resell the goods? You want it hidden in unassuming cargo crates, because you operate right out in the open. Most of the weapons have come in through Yilong Wharf or Lumiduce Harbor, so that seems to check out.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just connecting some dots. I think we're done here.
He wasn't our guy.
It's one of the undercover agents! He's making a break for it!
The captain of the special patrol will take it from here.
I mean, that's the benefit of having only one exit.
One just popped up. Looks like the one on the surface has been subdued. There are children around. I have to avoid bloodshed.
Dude, this is why you should have been waiting at the exit. What the fuck? Why was she all the way over here, like in midair, in mid daylight, in the middle of town square? She should have just been waiting right out front of the door. Just grab him right there. There's no kids around. It's a bar.
Trying to escape? Allow me to show you the way.
Oh, wait, are we gonna snipe him? Is that what's going on? I mean, her being out in the open, yeah, okay, then now it makes sense. Wait, can this go through that box? We can see.
Nope, not this way.
That did not freak anybody out either. Oh, just a box blowing up. No big deal. Look at that kid. He's happy about it. He's like, yeah, explosions. Mm-mm. Not gonna hide there.
Had enough? Then turn around.
Shit, that looks like it has oil in it. Are we sure we wanna just blow him up? Nope, it's empty. Where'd these containers come from anyway? They're not normally here.
Do this all day.
Hiding under the sign? That is stupid. Alright, this guy deserves it, to be honest. Can I do the thing where I target both things? No. I gotta shoot both of them. Okay. If it were me, that first shot, I would have just started running.
My leg!
My leg! So classic. I swear the thing landed right in front of him. What'd he do? Just put his leg under there? He's like, oh no, I've got to play the victim card. What do I do real quick? Just lift up this heavy ass, put my leg under it.
Is still attached. And if you want to keep it that way, I suggest you stay right where you are.
A special patrol uniform. You think bringing me in is enough? Do you even know how many of us there are? If even one gets a...
5 at the port, 10 on the outskirts of Nasha Town, 3 near the plaza. Factoring in you and the buyer, that makes 20. Save the best for last, right?
How did you...
Don't even think about it.
Well done, everyone. We appreciate the assist. The boss sends her thanks.
It was an honor. Without the Spina's help back in the day, we never would have been able to make it in Nodcry. It was about time we returned the favor.
What? I needed to make you seem intimidating to get these local gangs on our side. We've been over this.
Yeah, I know. But hearing you call me boss will never not be hilarious.
Ugh.
Wow! Navia is something else!
Well, that explains your confidence. I had no idea the Spina di Rosula could mobilize these kinds of numbers outside of Fontaine. This Navia has quite a few tricks up her sleeve.
No trade expo rules were broken either. Even if Nefer saw it all unfold herself, we still wouldn't need to explain a thing.
Except for the guild's broken signboard, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, are they going to repair that? Because that's part of the permanent landscape, so... They're gonna cut to black and then it's gonna be put back to normal. Watch.
It was an unavoidable sacrifice.
At any rate, I suppose the next step is to get these birds to sing. Should be an easy job. The Maison Gardiennage has a reputation for highly effective interrogation tactics.
And if that doesn't work, I've heard that spies from Liyue have their ways of making people talk as well.
Yes, that means the operation was a success, right?
So far. Once we get someone to reveal who the mastermind behind all this is, that's when the real work begins.
I'm sure that person is in hiding somewhere far removed from the expo. But as far as our deal with the curatorium goes, I think that's a wrap.
Shouldn't we update Nefer then?
First, we need to figure out what we can learn from these agents. We'll be in touch once we have the information. Then we can head to the curatorium together.
Well, that went a lot smoother than expected. Not a single one got away. Emperor's final request, huh? Let's see. We have 2 expert detectives from separate nations teaming up to uncover an international crime ring. That's not a bad story. If you feel like it's missing something, maybe Yelan and Chevres will uncover something more interesting during their interrogation.
Excuse me? Are you the Traveler? Yehoda needs you back at the expo venue as soon as possible.
Oh no! Did something happen?
I'm sorry, I don't know the details. All she said was that it's urgent.
Now let's get a move on!
Alright. Oh, and in case anyone's wondering, no, we don't baby my nephew. Sure, when he was first using the oven, he was only making hot dogs, but now he's making more complicated things. He made mac and cheese earlier today. Which surprised me, because sometimes I even fuck up mac and cheese. I can't help myself when it comes to butter, okay? I love butter. Sometimes I put in too much butter and the mac and cheese is a little too soupy. I mean, it's still mac and cheese, but once it cools down, it's a lot better. It looks more like mac and cheese and less like soup. Alright, yep, back to the expo as I thought. But yeah, since we started Johnny off with some very simple recipes, he's growing to learn and do a lot better with his cooking, and that's making me very happy. It's definitely a lot better than what I was doing when I was a kid. But that's mostly because I was very much afraid to use the oven to do a lot of things. It took me a while to perfect a fried egg. So because I was always afraid to put in. This was, like I said, you gotta remember, this was back. They did have Pam, but our family was poor, so we couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford cooking spray, so we just used like regular vegetable oil. So I would always be too afraid to put in the right amount of vegetable oil, so the fried egg would always get burnt or be burnt in some slight way. To be honest, my nephew doesn't even make fried eggs. I don't want him to, because to be honest, I probably shouldn't have been eating so many fried eggs when I was young. Lots of salt. And besides that, he's not even a fan of eggs. Shocking, I know. To be honest, I'm a huge fan of eggs.
Either I throw the guild under the bus, or I get on the bad side of a terrifying merc captain. Oh, could this get any worse? Get it together, Yehoda. Focus on the hot dog you're gonna treat yourself to after today is over. One thing at a time. All right. You've got this.
Let's try not to get too worked up, all right?
Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this. I swear.
What happened?
You're here. Please, you've got to help me, Traveler. A theft at the expo is gonna ruin the guild's reputation.
A theft? How did that happen?
You're asking me. The guild has people keeping watch over the storage area for this exact reason. And it just had to happen to one of the scariest people here.
Beto? Wait, that means...
The guild asked us to keep our goods stored on the designated shelves. I had a few prototypes that I was using for demonstration, which I had stored there. But when I came to check on things just now, I noticed that all of them had been stolen.
And each ballista is super dangerous. If they fall into the wrong hands...
Well, all the prototypes have a failsafe designed to prevent unauthorized use, so it could be worse. Still, we should get them back as soon as possible.
The guild will make sure of that. If you could just keep this between us for now, we would be super appreciative.
Do we have to tell her?
Okay, don't tell me. The little kids fucked up something. Oh! So the ballista's... They probably are behind the ballista being missing. And now they're going to think it was some big criminal mastermind who took it. When in reality, the kids accidentally did something and now they're too afraid to say something. Oh, this is gonna be funny.
Honesty is the best policy. That's what he taught us.
I know, it's just...
Oh good, how responsible. They're actually going to tell the truth. That's great. We get to avoid an entirely different act where we go on a wild goose chase. Chasing red herrings.
Miss Yehuda.
What are you three doing here?
There's something you want to tell me, isn't there?
Well, Neb's been obsessed with the ballistas ever since we got here. That's why Uncle Ashvapati told us to come see your booth. It seemed like he was interested in them too, because he even told us what parameters to ask about. Ever since this morning, we haven't been able to reach him. We wanted to ask Miss Yehuda for help, but then we heard about the ballistas being stolen.
Oh no, there is a mastermind. I thought this guy was a nice guy. Wasn't he the dude with the tomatoes back in Sumeru? What's going on here? A lot of these NPCs tend to look very generic, so forgive me if I got this guy mixed up with someone else.
And?
I don't think Uncle Ashvapati would do something like that, but...
Ashvapati works for the guild. He has access to the storage warehouse, so he could get inside without the guards getting suspicious. Wait, so now it's an inside job? Oh, jeez! The guild is never gonna recover from this!
He made those toys the kids were selling, right? They don't look like much on the outside, but I bet they're hiding some serious tech. If he's a tech guy, those fail-safes I mentioned might not have our backs after all.
So, this just went from bad to worse.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I had a feeling those toys were bad. I'm wondering, this is just a guess. Maybe he took the ballista to disassemble it and make it into something less dangerous. I mean, he does seem to have a problem with dangerous weaponry. But I don't know. It could be a nefarious thing. It could be a wholesome thing. Not entirely sure. But either way, he's in huge trouble because that was not his to steal, regardless if he was going to do something good with it or not.
Could be. I mean, let's put it this way. There aren't a whole lot of people that could manage to stay off Yelan's radar.
Oh yeah, you know what? From what Traveler just said, he could be in a lot of trouble with bad people too. He does seem to be like he's got a lot on his mind, you know? Like there are people breathing down his neck about something.
Why don't you take these kids to the curatorium and see what you can learn? I've got things covered here.
Got it!
Hold up. We can't hold these kids responsible, though. Right?
No, of course not, but... how do we explain this?
See, here's the thing. The kids did the right thing by standing up and speaking out about what they observed, even if they like the adult and think that he didn't do it. Because, from a legal standpoint, now they've done nothing wrong. They immediately came and told the truth. And by doing so, they are no longer affiliated with what it is this guy is doing. If you're ever in a situation where you're in trouble because you're associated with someone else, if you tell the truth and come clean, you immediately distance yourself from that other person and will either A, get a lighter sentence, or you won't be held accountable for anything that that other person did. Say, if you had absolutely no involvement with what it was they were doing, but you knew they were doing it, if you come clean and confront what it is the other person did and say everything that you know, that will absolve you of whatever crimes the other person did. But if you don't come forward and tell the truth, you can be held accountable along with the other person because you are associated with him. I'm trying to think of what the word is. Like, just because you are holding back information that can be vital for the investigation. You know, you are intentionally at that point holding back information that could be crucial in convicting that person. So you are just as much to blame as the other person the longer it is you hold out and not say anything. So the kids did the right thing by going and telling the truth. And now I'm thinking that that guy isn't even responsible for anything that's going on here because he's taught them that they should do that immediately. So it has to be someone is basically holding this guy in a vice. He has no other option but to do what it is that he's done. Doesn't make it right that he did this, but who knows? There could be a lot of factors that we're not seeing yet. And once again, this is all just speculation. I don't know anything about the story. Like I said, I always like to be surprised when it comes to any story in a video game, so I don't really research stuff like this. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but, you know. I mean, I was kind of wrong about the one dude, but I can't remember. That was a long time ago. If anyone remembers that, let me know in the comments, because God knows I've played this game for so long now, I can't remember every little thing.
You want to look out for these kids, don't you?
I promised I would. Besides, they're innocent in all this.
Good, because I'm looking out for them too. That's why I want to find their uncle as soon as possible. No matter what he did or didn't do, it's worse for them if he's missing.
Guess we're on the same page then.
Take these kids to the curatorium. I'll update Yelan and tell her to meet you there.
Will do!
TLDR, honesty is the best policy. That's probably all I should have said. And if anyone hears a weird noise in the background, that's my fan. I started getting kind of hot. It's getting late, and the positioning of our apartment building is, you know, near the west, so when the sun sets, my room can start to get a lot hotter, so between the hours of 6 p.m. and I think 9 p.m., it's a little bit hotter in my room. I'll leave that, but I have all the electronics going, so. I don't have all of them going, just some. Most. Oh, and to anyone wondering about the situation with Java and the text-to-speech situation that I had last week, this new speaker that I have hooked up to Java, it really helps me out, not only with just hearing you guys when you're using text-to-speech, but now I don't have to rely on two different sources. Like, for instance, when I'm streaming No Man's Sky and I want to listen to music at the same time, I can have two different sources available to me to do that. But when I'm doing a regular stream like today, I can opt into only having the one audio source, which is great. Because for a while there, last week, I was thinking I was going to always have to have both available, but I realized I don't need to use my headphones. I'm not listening to music. So yeah, I just need the one. And it's cool because then I can differentiate between the speaker and the headphones. What's going to the speaker and what's going to the headphones. So it helps me manage the stream's audio as well. So this definitely worked out. I'm glad, because typically audio issues like this take forever for me to figure out and find a workaround, but congratulations, I figured it out early. Alright, now back to speak with Nefer.
Well, this complicates things. Here I was hoping the trouble would start and end with you two. But no matter. This will all make for a very engaging story.
I wouldn't be so flippant. This time, it's one of yours causing trouble. I'm starting to wonder if all those agents we captured were just a distraction, so the real culprit could make their move.
It's all still up in the air right now. What can you three tell us about Ashvapati?
Uncle Ashvapati isn't our real uncle, but he is our guardian. He adopted us when we were little. He told us we all came from the same band of Eremites in the desert. But apparently, we're the only ones left. We've been traveling from place to place with him for as long as I can remember. We got to Nagcry not too long ago.
Their eyes. What about them? I'm just reminded of something.
She's reminded of her childhood. To anyone who hasn't played Nefer's story, probably skip about 5 minutes ahead, because I'm about to describe it. Nefer grew up in the same situation in Sumeru as these orphan kids. They were raised by a very kind man who ended up getting into trouble with some, bad guys and ended up dying. So this is probably going to hit a little bit home for Nefer because they're kind of facing the same situation as she did when she was young.
About a decade ago, there was a band of Eremites who, seemingly out of nowhere, gained technological capabilities far surpassing those of other groups. Leveraging that advantage, they built a number of highly advanced weapons and sold them to the highest bidder. The conflicts in the desert became even bloodier as a result. While the other groups were tearing each other to shreds, these newly minted arms traders stood by and reaped the spoils. But before long, their own weapons were turned against them. And as the flames of conflict engulfed the desert, the group met their end. None of the weapons survived, and so in the wake of that destruction, the status quo of the desert was restored.
In case anyone is wondering, no, that's not the story I was just talking about. That story had absolutely nothing to do with Nefer's backstory, so this is just something she's actually taken an account with. But it is strikingly similar to what happened in her past.
That's terrible.
In the desert, it's kill or be killed. People will stop at nothing to gain the upper hand. If this happened in Fontaine or Liyue, I'm sure the perpetrators would have been prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But in the desert, no one bats an eye. From what they've told us, sounds like these kids are orphans from that particular band of Eremites.
Which means their guardian is likely one of the few survivors as well.
Sounds like it.
No! Ashwapati would never do something like that. No matter what happened back then, I know one thing for sure. Uncle Ashwapati hates weapons. Sure, he's good at building things, but all he does is make toys for us to play with. He can't be the kind of person you're making him out to be. Or...
I'm sorry. All we can do is act upon the facts.
So, what's our next move?
From our interrogations, we've learned that in 2 days, the person behind all this has a meeting planned to collect the goods. If all goes well, we can head to the pickup point and ambush them. But if Ashwapati is part of this and the leader learns what happened, there's no chance he risks himself for his agents. So, that meeting might as well be moot.
Then let's focus our efforts on Ashwapati for now. If we find him, he might just lead us to our culprit. If he stole the prototypes, there's bound to be a trail. I'm confident I can track him down. I just need some time.
What can I do to help?
I work best in the shadows. The more people involved, the harder it is to operate. As soon as I've got a location, though, he's all yours. You let me handle the search, and I'll let the special patrol handle the seizure.
That does sound like the most feasible plan. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Seizure?
Hey! Don't worry too much right now. The most important thing is that we find your uncle. The rest can wait.
Okay.
Looks like I'll need to enlist your services for a bit longer, Traveler.
As long as I get paid. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? No worries, I also want to see this through. I'm gonna say that, it's the nicer option. Oh, okay, that was it. I was sitting there thinking, wow, this act is taking a while, but yeah. Wrapped up just as I thought. So yeah, we got 2 days in-game days to get this done. Speak with Nefer and see. Oh, she just says that. Yeah, it is rare. That's probably something that's always here. I'm never privy to it. Alright, so I'm going to take a bit of a break. Let me get over to the expo so I don't forget what I'm doing, because I still have to do all of those mini events. The little cutscenes or whatever. I think it's over this way. I was going in the wrong direction. But yeah, I gotta do those, and then we'll do the challenges, which won't take as long. And don't worry, all of those little mini events, I'll be taking care of all of them today. And the only reason why is because next week I plan on doing 2 acts. Because there are 4 acts in total for this adventure. And today I'm doing 1 act, but I'm also adding in all of the little side adventures. All little side things to the expo. So I'm throwing all those in with the challenges, so it pads out the time. And next week I should be able to do the same thing if I add in the 4th act. So next week, 3rd and 4th acts, and today 2nd act, as well as all the what are they called anyway? Tales of Many. Okay. That's what they're called. So yeah. I finished up the second act, as well as all the Tales of Many. And next week, I handle Act 3 and this epilogue. You know, it's Act 4 or whatever. Probably not going to be very long, but the same can be said for the Tales of Many. They're not very long either. Let's also tick these boxes. Oh, right. Okay. And, hold up. I also want to cancel navigation to here so that hopefully I won't accidentally start something up. Alrighty, everybody, I'll leave you all with some music and whatnot, and I will be back in about 15-20 minutes. Everybody enjoy the music, and I'll see you when I get back.
All Creator said, "Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying the music. If you're watching in the archives now would be a great time to leave a like."
Alright, I'm back. Let me turn off the fan now. I've sufficiently cooled off. Notices, I forgot all about this. I usually do this at the beginning of the stream. I guess I was being more of a parent earlier on in the stream. Didn't pay any attention to all the little ticks on the screen like I usually do. Alright, let's get these mini adventures done. Let me see which one. Ah, the one with Dory. Oh, the one with that guy. Right. Okay. Dory, I know you're around down here. There you are. Hello. Hello, Jason. Welcome. Uh-huh, sure. Hold on, why didn't it... What am I doing wrong? Please continue to be part of the trade expo. Oh! Okay, so this only triggers once we've gone further in the story, so... Some of these I won't be able to do yet. Oh... Okay, this one I can do. Alright, so it looks like a couple of these I'm gonna have to go further on in the story in order to unlock, including this one apparently. Wow, this one's super locked. I don't even get to see what it's all about. Alright, well, let's do what we can, I guess. Sad face. I was hoping to get a few of these done today. We can do this one. And this one. Oh no, not this one. Damn it. So just this one. Fuck. That sucks. Darn. Crud muffins. Is it you? I can't remember which one it is. It's not this one. Because it just has a symbol, so I have no clue. His name's Lockaberry. Is it you? Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, because those two are here now. I didn't even see them.
Ah, Traveler. Paimon. How do you do?
That's our secondary goal. To put it in Mr. Flintz's words, it's important for Lightkeepers to spend some time in the land of the living every once in a while.
That sounds like something he'd say, yeah. Are you interested in these muskets? Since we're friends, Paimon will let you in on some insider info. This officer here is basically selling scrap.
Oh, I'm well aware. The sign makes that quite clear.
True.
I'm interested in this particular piece because it brings to mind a picture I once saw. It featured several Ratniki and a Fatui officer who fought alongside them. The weapon that the latter used was identical to this one.
The Fatui teamed up with the Lightkeepers?
That's not unusual. I've heard similar stories from our older members. The owner of this musket must have been a hero who stood against the Wild Hunt as well. But why would you sell a hero's firearm?
That's just how the rules work on our end. Everyone agreed to it. Whether it's a no-name sergeant like me or a renowned hero. Our equipment is to be collected and redistributed once we're dust on the wind. The stuff that's usable is given to new recruits. And the scrap is sold for whatever price it can still fetch. That way, we can at least put it towards feeding the grunts, you know? Better than following them to the grave.
Huh. I think I'm going to buy this musket, Mr. Flintz. Could you tell me a few more stories about it when you get the chance?
Of course.
How interesting. Jesus, she's tall. She's also really hot. Dang. She's like fucking huge. She's like 7 foot. I don't even think it's the heels because Mavuika's also wearing heels, so. Jeez. Oh. Okay, there we go. Why was there a tick on here? I haven't completed anything. Oh well. Okay, now I guess it's time to do the challenges. Sorry everyone, I was hoping this would be a much longer second half to the stream, but... well, what can you do? Oh, wait a minute. Hey, here we go. Something else unlocked. Hooray. Alright, so I guess maybe all these other ones might unlock the more things I do. So yeah, let's try and find that one now. That's the upsetting thing about the ones that are represented by symbols. I've freaking no clue what it's supposed to be. Oh, it's probably this, because I don't remember her being here.
So what's the situation in need of mediation?
This person's been glaring daggers at me from behind since she arrived. Hey you! I'm a member of the Fruity Order, you hear?
What a coincidence. So am I.
Dude, you ever stop to think that maybe she's checking you out? Yeah.
Wait, really? I first encountered the humor and intelligence of trendy Zaytune Peach in the New Tide anthology. Then I heard the legend of intrepid Valberry while I was in the Fortress of Meripede. The more I heard about your order, the more it drew me in. I've been searching for so long, but I was never able to find an actual member. So when I heard that the Nodcry Trade Expo was being held again, I applied under your name. And now, I finally get to meet you.
It's those idiots. Stirring up trouble again, huh?
So what I'm getting is that this guy's an imposter?
Our orders won the expo rights several years in a row, so we announced that we were backing out of the running this year to avoid conflict. Then, this guy had to come along. A few of the other groups were looking to duke it out, so imagine their anger when someone claiming to be one of ours snatched the expo rights again.
Well, no one's made any trouble for me. Wait, does that mean you've taken them all out already? Man, I knew it! The Fruity Order's as good as they say. Can I join?
We can't make trouble at the expo. Voynich Guild rules. Once it's all over, meet me at the harbor in Nasha Town.
I see. All right, I'll be there.
Does he not realize what's going on here?
Also, considering our smooth collaborations thus far, a word of advice for the guild. This guy has only been able to keep his head in his booth because the Fruity Order took care of any rival factions. But if there's one thing the treasure hoarders have in spades, it's sore losers. Since our order has proven untouchable so far, they're sure to find easier targets to vent their frustration on. So look after those kids.
Huh. So this guy has been responsible for more than one conflict so far.
Dude's dancing with danger. Also, he could get his fan club noticing him. I know what nickname I'd give you. Not that. Stupid. Baka. Hey! Now we get to talk to our favorite guy. Sadly, he won't be giving me anything for free. But still. Oh, hey! Check it out! I bet it's been a while since Varka's seen this dude.
What do you think? Not bad. Tastes just like back in Mondstadt.
Varka? You're here for the expo too?
Oh hey, Traveler, Paimon. I was only planning to take a look around. Wasn't expecting this pleasant surprise. Out in this part of the world, even a homegrown Mondstadt apple is a rare treat.
Yes, and on that note, I should advise you that the prices are quite different from what you'll be used to back home.
Not a problem. It's a price worth paying for a taste of home. I'll take the whole batch and send someone to collect them later.
The whole batch? Huh. Looks like you've already made your money back, huh, Lieben? Oh, and Varka, since you're looking for a taste of home, have you tried the Mondstadt wine next door? Apparently, he uses special connections to keep the import costs down.
So, I take it this event is happening before Varka went back to Mondstadt? I think there's a timeline now. I can check that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good, but not Mondstadt wine good. Besides, I wouldn't be able to buy any even if it was. We can't have the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius going around supporting smugglers, can we?
Oh, that's true. You're not gonna reprimand him though, are you?
Don't worry, I know it's Nefer's rules here. Not out to make life difficult for you. If you find yourself at a loose end, come visit our base sometime. I'm gonna get the Knights to make some cider out of these apples.
Oh, you're as generous as they say, Grandmaster.
Looks like you finally made some real profit.
Hey, don't make me sound so incompetent. Though I'll admit, I wasn't expecting to make my money back quite so quickly. Now I can start thinking seriously about my next venture. I'm planning on heading to Snezhnegrad, actually. I hear they're running low on lots of supplies because of Project Stuja. That's a business opportunity if I've ever seen one. With any luck, maybe I'll have the pleasure of seeing you there.
Well, good luck out there. Hope you strike it rich.
I mean, technically, we've seen this guy all over the place, but mostly in Mondstadt. Oh, shit! D-Luke's here! Sup, D-Luke? Oh, shit. The funny thing is, him and Mavika look like they could be related. I'm not saying that because of the hair. Just saying that because... I don't know, they seem to have exactly the same personality and everything, too. That's the weirdest part about it.
I can't believe you came all this way to investigate me. Still, as a member of this expo, I'm protected by the Voynich Guild. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
I know. That's why I'll be taking this up with them directly.
It's been a while. What brings you here this time? Are you representing the Dawn Winery, or are you here as Owl?
Take your pick. Even Owl would take issue with people smuggling the winery's products.
I understand, but please be assured that I would never pit the rules of the Voynich Guild against the interests of the Dawn Winery. Our long-standing collaboration is far too valuable to me for that. No faction exists in Nodcry that can impose their will on everyone else. The rules we have now are a result of the tug-of-war between them all. In any case, I only allowed this gentleman to sell his so-called Dawn Winery vintage here because I'm confident that it poses no threat to our collaboration.
I see. So this isn't from our cellars at all. It's not even from Mondstadt.
You...
I'm guessing you learned a few of our winemaking techniques, then brewed your own liquor using local ingredients from Nodcry. Imitations like these are no threat to our business.
Oh, just you watch. One day, my wine will leave the Dawn Winery in the dust.
I'll grant that your wine is a perfectly palatable product, but the fact that you didn't dare to sell it without attaching our name to it speaks volumes. That alone tells me that I'll never need to worry about any serious competition from you.
Leaving so soon? Can't I persuade you to come to the Curatorium of Secrets for some tea with me and your 2 old friends?
Hey there! It sounded like you were discussing
Bryce
some
Campbell
pretty serious business,
said,
so Paimon didn't want to
Maybe
interrupt.
it would be revealed that Canonical Lady
I'm afraid I'll
is a
have to
distant
decline.
descendant of her sister since Mafwicca traveled years into the future.
Yeah, that would be funny. Hey, Bryce, welcome back. Also, I find it hilarious that Nefer can't take her eyes off of D-Luke. Even when we showed up, D-Luke's looking at us, talking with us, and Nefer's still looking over at D-Luke. Like, hey, you want to go have some tea?
That's a shame.
Next time you're back in Mondstadt, pay a visit to the Angel's Share. At least there, I can offer you a genuine Dawn Winery vintage.
Well, now at least we know what type of guy that Nefer's into. Alright. Next is the... Oh, right. I know where this person is. Thank goodness. I was worried I was going to get lost again. Oh, right. I gotta go talk with Catherine. I was like, what is... Like, what is it telling me? Totally forgot. Catherine's the thing you gotta do after that. Oh, excuse me. Alright, here's the guy. Oh, boy. Some more Natlanese characters are here.
See, Lolly, I've been told that the merchants here are all protected by the organizers. I'm afraid confronting him myself will be more trouble than it's worth.
Do I have to do everything myself?
Oh, please! Granny Eatsley, have mercy!
Chaska! Say, Lolly! What are you...
It's a long story. Basically, a few members of the Flower Feather clan brought word from Nodcry that someone was selling Wyob fragments at this expo. Pretty serious stuff. So I brought Seat Lolly here to get to the bottom of it, and hopefully keep things under control.
Oh. Okay, well, as it turns out, we've been tasked with mediating any disputes like this.
Are you intending to try and stop me? Look, I'm not trying to be difficult, but you don't need me to tell you that our Wyob are not for sale. Wait a second. This is just a shard of a Wyob pillar, and its power is long gone, so it no longer has any connection whatsoever to the Wyob. So, tell me, how much did they pay you to ship these out of Natlan?
About 800,000 more apiece.
What?
Apparently, people outside of Natlan don't know all that much about our culture. Some people take one look at those pillars and start bragging that they found a Wyob fragment. I didn't want to correct them, cause that way I could drum up the price.
Ugh, forget it. Since you asked me so nicely, I'll let him stay here until the expo's over. No point making a mountain out of a molehill.
Oh, thank you, Granny Eatsley.
Oh, don't start thinking you're off the hook. Once this is over, you're going straight to Biram to face the music.
I feel like he should receive some kind of punishment, or at least be told not to do this. Because this is bad. This isn't good. If people are flocking to his booth to grab something that they think is connected to the Wyob, they're not doing it because they want to be more like Natlanese people. They're doing it as like... as a tourist, is having something to show off. And that can be bad because then the people they're showing it off to will want an actual facsimile. And in some cases, people might even want it so bad that they'd be willing to do anything to get it. So what he's doing right now, on the surface, might not look like a bad thing, but if you look at it down the line, that can cause some serious trouble. I know that she's going to give him a talking to and punish him, but at the same time, she should tell him to be honest with the people who are buying the product and offer a discount as a result, because making them think that it's something sacred is just going to put the actual sacred artifacts in danger. But I don't think this game's going to think that far ahead. I don't know. She still hasn't finished talking. She might say something to that effect. Nope. Well, but that's unfortunate. Alright, so this one definitely doesn't unlock until we've progressed through the story further. Alright. Oh, wait. Ah, now Dory's is available. Hooray. I guess we can finish this off by talking with Dory. Oh, yeah, look. Oh, wow. She's got some very important visitors to her stall.
Why, hello, Traveler and Paimon. Oh, quite the opposite. I'm her supplier. Nicole came up with a delightful new pricing method recently, which I've asked dear Dory to try out. We're here today to see how it's all going.
Oh, that explains why all of this stuff is things that were made by Alice. Okay. I thought she stole them from the event that we went through in Nodcry. I forget what it was. It was part of the main arc. But yeah, some of Alice's products were available during that festival. And I was thinking maybe Dory took them and was trying to sell them. And now she was going to get an earful for it. But no, it turns out Alice is like, yo, you want to sell some of my stuff? Okay, that's good. I said that last time I streamed. I was like, Dory, you better be getting permission for selling this stuff. She is. She is. She's not that dumb.
What sort of pricing method is that?
Curious? Well, allow me to explain. Instead of an amount of mora, you collect courage, kindness, or happiness from the buyer. The key is to make people realize they don't have to be rich. With an excellence of character, even the treasures of the Hexen Circle are within your reach.
Yo, wait a minute. Why would Dory bother... Why would Dory bother to do this, then?
Kinda like a Sealy guiding intrepid adventurers through various tribulations until they claim their prize. Such fun, wouldn't you say?
Not for me. We didn't sell much Hexen Circle gear this time at all. At this point, I'll have to whip out some Samara specialties just to break even. Wait, you're actually losing money, Dory?
You're saying our gifts didn't reach that many people?
I'm saying we made diddly squat. Hate to break it to you, Miss Mage, but you don't have much of a head for business.
It might not have made much, but this has been quite a fun little experiment. To make it up to you, all the revenue from our merchandise is yours to keep, Dory.
Oh, they don't call you a great mage for nothing, Miss Alice.
Okay, well, at least there's that. I'm the most valiant person at this stall. Give me everything you have. She'd definitely lose money if I was involved. Hey, Yoda, what are you doing out here? Also. Oh, okay. We can look at the last one. Cool. Oh, okay.
It's almost time for the expo to end. I'm asking for half a month's leave once we wrap this up.
Finally got time to relax, huh, Yehoda?
Yeah, thanks to you. Oh, things are pretty calm right now. Should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Sorry, but I've got a problem over here.
Same here.
Yehoda, you just jinxed it.
Someone made off with a batch of my goods using the goods first, pay later method. I thought the guild was the guarantor, but then I went to redeem my money and no dice.
The same thing happened to me. Goods first, pay later? That convenience is for exhibitors only. It works because their goods stored in the warehouse can be used as collateral.
The buyer did have guild supplied certification.
In that case, he's one of you. Pick him out of the crowd and we're good to go.
The person I talked to was a tall, thin young man, but I don't see him here.
The one who bought from me was on the chubbier side. And nope, no sign of him either.
Hold on.
Wait, so it wasn't the same person?
Miss Yehoda, we need help! Ati went into town a while back, and we haven't heard from him.
What? Why would he do that?
He wanted to use the mora we got from our exhibit to buy everyone a little something in return for looking out for us. So he headed out alone.
Gods, this kid... Wait, did he have your certification from the guild with him?
Yeah, he's our older brother, so he's in charge of all that stuff.
Oh, this is bad.
Okay, let's not panic. What happened?
Remember those people who targeted Ati a while back? I'm worried they kidnapped him and are using his certification to scam goods off the other exhibitors.
Sorry. Oh, this isn't your fault.
Should we rescue Ati first? But Nodcry's huge! Where would we even start? We could go for the goods first, but we're dealing with a group. If they split up, it'll be impossible to nab them. Oh, come on, Yehoda, come on! You promised Boss Neff you'd uphold the guild's reputation, and you promised the kids you'd protect them. This is all falling apart.
Looks like you're down to your last option, dumpster diver.
Oh, right! The Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch!
Clank Clank Crisis Control Switch activated. Awaiting orders. Awaiting orders. Awaiting orders.
Whoa! Activating the switch gives you temporary control over all the robots in Nodcry. If you wanted, you could turn this whole place upside down. But it won't last long, so think about what you want to do first. In that case, let's get the stolen goods back first.
All units, advance to rescue Ati!
Miss Yehoda!
Orders received. Orders received. Orders received.
Ati! You're all right!
Sorry. I made you all worry.
If anyone should be apologizing, it's those awful people who took you. You just wanted to repay everyone's kindness.
They stole my expo certificate. Did that cause trouble for anyone?
Let's just focus on one thing at a time.
Inventory complete. All goods have been retrieved.
See? Told ya. With the Clink Clank crisis control switch, there's no problem in Nodcry you can't handle. With so many bots around, we didn't have to choose between the rescue and getting the goods back. We were able to do both.
I know.
These kids call me boss, and as their boss, it's my job to protect them. No way I'm letting them get in trouble with the guild.
Thanks, boss.
Ino's a great person to have on your side, huh?
To be honest, I could hug you right now. But I think I'll have that vacation first. Oh, right! I owe you a hot dog, don't I?
Hooray! All's well that ends well. I think this guy needs a dancing partner. You guys got a sail right over there. Right over there. Go get him. I love how Rhea's just constantly posing as if she has a question. Oh no, it's spreading. Ahti, get out of there. Alright, now we can handle. Sorry. Now we can do the challenges. Alright, we got all 17 done. Let's collect our reward. How do I do that? Oh, claim all. There we go. Well, that was it. Yeah, that wasn't much, to be honest, but whatever. We did it. Hooray. Manage affairs. Oh, right. That's why we're doing the challenges. Money to get the free Yehoda. Let's start with Bidos. I think she's the one that has the fighting one, the one I'm not a big fan of. Let's turn off the fan. Speaking of fan. Oh. Yeah, here's the next one. Party setup. Ooh, we get to try out Varka. Wait, why would I? No. And yeah, sure, why not? Start. Varka's fun.
Locked and loaded, waiting on your signal.
Killing the same thing over and over again. Looks like it.
Fire support ready. Select a target.
Bang bang, shoot him up. How do I do that again? Oh right, it's automatic. Pew 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 pew. Haha, fun. Pew 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 fun. I'm not even pressing buttons. I'm fun. It's having fun. Fun fun fun. Shoot shoot shoot. Bang bang bang. Everything die.
Here comes the mother load. Nice. Good shooting.
All right, who's next? Yeah.
Fire support ready. Select a
Oh
target.
shit. Good. Bang 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 bang.
Land a projectile in the middle of the enemy formation.
For as much as I would like to do that, they seem to be spawning in a circle, so kind of hard to do that without going in a circle.
Nice. Good shooting.
If you say so.
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge. Right here, right now.
I'll uproot you!
Wrong button. Oh, fuck. It's hitting R1 instead of hitting up on the D-pad like a dummy. I'm guessing I could get a better score if I was to be doing this without the free characters, but where's the fun in that? Alright, stage select. We will do this one next. Oh, Flynn's. And Ino. I don't get to use Ino that much. I can't remember how she plays. Start.
Frontline guidance is up to you.
Close your eyes. Be silent.
Look, a rainbow! You're blind!
Fire support ready. Select a target.
Ooh, nice. Stay right there. Oh, fuck.
Land a projectile in the middle of the enemy formation.
For as much as I would love to do that, as I stated before, it's not the best thing in the world when they keep spawning outside the enemy formation.
Nice! Good shooting!
Yo!
The long sleep beckons. Night falls.
Fire support ready. Select a target.
Down, 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 down. Come on. It also doesn't help that they get to move before I get to, you know, start.
Switch to ground attack shells and increase firepower. Nice guiding. Well done.
Close your eyes. Observe.
Lash attack!
A sight to behold. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Let's nip that in the bud. Fire support ready. Select a target.
Damn it. Ah, well. Alright. So the only two I'm going to be doing today, I'll do these last two next week. So let's leave the challenge. That one's the most difficult out of the three, so I'm happy to get that out of the way. Now for some fun. Oh yeah. I remember this one now. Oh shit, I should have read that. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
The match is about to
Where are they
begin.
coming from?
Please,
This way?
get ready.
Okay. Right. This is the what's the word? Is this the one that shoots? Yes, it is. And I think this is the one that defends. Yeah. Oh, that's the explosive. That's a waste. Yeah, I want to upgrade this first. Yeah. And then we'll upgrade that.
special reminder. Please check your starter
Ooh, ooh.
rewards.
Forgot these drop. Nice. Make things go faster. Alright, now we can start setting stuff up for the next run. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oh no! Ooh, 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 ooh. Fuck. Still didn't have enough.
Traveler's defenses have
I know,
been
I
raised.
saw.
I am quite good at this.
Wait, is there a third? No, there isn't a third. I'm quite good at this. What do you mean you're quite good at this? What do you mean by that? Oh shit, there are ones coming from this side. I did not think. Oh no. Oh man, and the energy things. I did not think this through. But it's not going to be enough.
The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant.
A lot of aerial ones in this round, so doing my best, but ooh boy. He's gonna knock this guy out. Oh, where are the energy things? Oh shit, no. Energy. Ah, not enough. We're screwed. Oh, that guy is big. Oh no. Just a little bit more. Yes, thank you. What are the energy things? Very swiftly losing ground here.
This will be my final attack. Ha, ha.
Not entirely sure what she's referencing there when she says it. Alright, now we just need to focus on upgrading. Good. Fuck. Oh, thank God. Oh no, I should have upgraded this one. Ah, fork. We got two more stars left. Okay. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, well, at least we made it. This is getting a little difficult, though. Oh, challenge with no more than 5 enemies breaching the stronghold. Ah, Shebnit. Let's try it again. Alright, so
The match is about to begin. Please get ready.
we need to focus on these guys here, because they're the ones that are giving us the most attack. So, no more of these mole guys. They're kind of a waste. Also, I have to keep my eyes open for those energy things. It's not just that too, but the defense bots weren't doing shit either.
Special reminder, please check your starter rewards.
Mm-hmm. Come on, something die. Oh, finally. What? I didn't get any energy. What's going on? Why am I not getting... God damn it, I'll go grab this. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not getting any energy.
The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant.
Oof. This is such a pain. Can I get a refund on this guy? How do I... Ugh. This is just a nightmare. Why the hell am I not getting energy this time around?
I will be your opponent during training mode.
With moderate defense capabilities that can effectively block ground enemies. I don't even... Legion energy. Oh, you're the one that I need to put down for energy. I was wondering about that. He's like the sunflower. No wonder shit was happening and I wasn't able to do anything about it. Wait a minute. What? Oh shit, they have different types of power-ups? I didn't know about that. So, I could turn this guy into an offensive energy pool. Damn, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Special reminder, please check your starter rewards.
No wonder I wasn't doing so. I had absolutely no idea I could combine these guys. That just makes this so much cooler. Yeah, that's the last line of defense.
The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant.
Ooh, it takes a while to charge, though. That's fine, because... That way I can save up energy. Yes. I think we're good. But just in case. Oh, limit reached? Oh, well. Yeah, I see 12 out of 12. Okay.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, look at how fast that's going down. Awesome. We got this, fam. Ooh, he's a tanky guy. No match for R. Oh, wait, they're coming multiple times. Oh, okay, so they're coming at us a lot. That's okay. Phrasing, but still. I'm not doing. This is no joke. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Oh, I should have made this thing attack. Damn it.
Travelers defend.
Well, that's fine. I got the last requirement done. Alright, let's do this one. I gotta remember that next time I stream, that I can combine them like that. Maybe that's what it said, and I wasn't paying attention.
Please, get ready.
We just got word from Yelan. Looks like she managed to track down Ashpapati.
Oh.
Come on, let's go meet up with the others.
Well, that's good. Oh, man. Actually, let's retry. We've gotta remember not to do that. We gotta remember not to do what Paimon said.
I will be your opponent during training mode.
These guys are like the sunflowers. I didn't know that before, but now I do. What? Insufficient energy. Oh, they haven't been... Okay, well. Give me some energy, guys. There we go. Thank you. No more energy. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There's some energy. I'll grab it. Okay. There. I'm feeling a little more secure. Oh, dang. Get him. Oh, thank God.
Aino has suggested making Krumkake-shaped energy blocks for the defense bots. However, the chances of her accidentally consuming one would increase by 80%.
All three now. Sweet. Uh-oh. Yes, they heal. That's good.
Combat data obtained. Exceeds expectations.
Final wave is approaching. How come I can't? Okay. Let's say, how come I can't?
Traveler victory imminent. Greatly increasing value of malice parameter.
What? Oh, right, because I'm waiting for the charge. Thank you. Don't make it that hard for me. Come on. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, shit. He going fast. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Our team is ultimate. Haha. Perfect victory. That's fun. I'm happy I know that now too, that the defense plus energy, the defensive moles are the ones that I want to look out for when I need healers. That's great to know, because that'll help me out tremendously if I put them in between two of my strongest attackers. That just adds a whole nother layer that's super addictive to this minigame. I love it. Alright, let's hope that the cutscene... let's hope it doesn't start the... Okay. Where do we gotta go to get this thing started? Whoa, the beach. Oh no! It's right near where we need to do the final... Oh! Oh, that sucks. I don't want to touch it and... Is that the one that I need to do, though? Oh, it is, I think. Yeah, it's right down there. Oh, no. Nah. If I go up and talk to her, will it... I don't want to accidentally start the last act. Oh, everybody, I'm so sorry if that's gonna happen soon. Navia, talk to me from behind the counter. Thank you. Bring it on. We're not technically in the area where the event starts. That's what I don't like. I really like it when they make it to where I have to talk to someone to start the event. Alright, let's get this final challenge started and then... oh right, this is the,
This is just a simulation, but be on your guard.
the thing. I gotta absorb them, I think. Whoa, I'm bouncing them back at them now, or...? Boop. 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 This is fun. Oh, the shield has to be the opposite. Oh, I want to shoot that one. Thank you.
You've got this, partner.
Ah, crap, wrong one.
Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Ah, wrong button. Oh, no. Hooray! That gets so confusing with my dyslexia, but so far these are the easier challenges. This one's probably going to be where it starts getting harder. Damn it. Eh?
This is just a simulation, but be on your guard.
Such wonderful music for a simulation. Ooh, lasers. This time, they're good. They won't be for long, though. Y'all know what I say about my greatest weakness. Oh, Jesus. The other one. This is going to take a bit, but...
Keep it together. Slow and steady now.
Hold still. I need everything you got in order to kill you, and your shield. Oh. Right. Whoops. I can swap back. I totally forgot. The bullets stay the same. Ah! Yeah.
Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
What? That hurt. Yeah. Alright, and that was that. Okay. So for the challenges, we'll do these two next week. Now let's warp out of here before I accidentally start the cutscene. Back to Nashi Town. Yeah. That was close.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
There we go. And I get another prize. Hooray! Getting close to unlocking Yehoda. Probably end up doing that next week, but we won't be getting this because I'm not very good at that one minigame challenge where with the characters and whatnot. I'm sure I could do a little better if I wasn't using the free characters, but where's the fun in that? The free characters they offer up are a lot of fun to use. Ooh. Nice. Woo! Woo! Free stuff all day, every day. Sorry if you guys heard my stomach just rumbled. I might eat something before I go to bed. Getting a little peckish. Let's go over to my spot. And hang around with my friends, I guess. You could call them. Alright. So, we'll take care of that next time I play. But yeah. not right now. The next time I play, we are going to be doing Act 3 and the epilogue, as well as the remaining 2 challenges for each of these minigames. So I'll be doing these 2, the other 2, and these 2. Which should take us, give us about the same amount of time as this stream. Well, granted, this stream I did take a very long time to talk about parenting. I think that's what I'm going to call this one. Something along the lines of parenting. Giving fatherly advice all day. I hope you guys were okay with that. If not, then... I mean, if you disagree, feel free to let me know in the comment section, honestly, because I'm sure there are so many different types of parenting. There are all kinds of different parenting types, but... I mean... I see nothing wrong in the way I view things. But you know, everybody's different. Alrighty, let's head on back to the title screen. And we'll give out my thanks. Of course, as always, I would like to thank Time Lords, Bryce, and Vampiric Fox. It was great having you guys here. All 3 of you did a great job in keeping the conversation going, that's for sure. We had a lot to talk about today. Had a lot of fun. I'm not above speaking my mind and listening to other people's perspectives. Just, you know, there are some things that can be rationalized and some things that are just way too unrational. Let me see. Tomorrow I will be playing... I was about to say the name of the game. I want you guys to be surprised when you see it. Though don't be super surprised. I keep saying I'm going to be playing a new game, but what I mean when I say I'm going to be playing a new game is I'm going to be playing a game that's new to the channel. Not a game that is brand new, like it just came out or it came out sometime this year. In fact, this game in particular came out a couple years ago. So, you know, if you're thinking, oh, right, a brand new game from 2026. No, it's nothing that big. But it is a new game for this channel. So, yeah, you guys voted on it. You're going to see it. So prepare yourselves. As it will be another one of the top contenders in the vote on what it is I Play Tuesdays that we do over the weekend. Alrighty, so if you're watching in the archives, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're ever wondering what it is I'm playing or when it is I'm going to be streaming, you can always check the posts tab over on YouTube. That is also where we have the weekend poll, as I mentioned earlier, where you guys get to decide what it is I play on Tuesdays. And the weekend poll usually runs from Friday morning all the way to Monday morning when I announce the winner. And this Wednesday, me and my sister will be playing Fantasy Life. So get ready for that. And Thursday, I will once again be playing more No Man's Sky. So to God Creator, I know you're looking forward to seeing me play more No Man's Sky. I will definitely be doing that Thursday. So, you know, I saw that they put out an update for No Man's Sky, which is probably, I guess, supposed to be bug fixes. So we'll see exactly what's changed when I log in that day. Alright everyone, have a wonderful night and or day. I will see you tomorrow. Sleep easy, stay safe, don't forget to vote Democrat, and I'm gonna get to bed. Good night everyone.